Message is to the graduating class of 2020, the high school graduating class of 2020, and I'll tell you why in a second. A few weeks ago, I asked a question that wound up sparking national and global headlines, national and global reactions and responses. And my question was very direct and it was to the point, but it was also very simple. And that question was, where are you? Where are you? And I was speaking to leadership. Where is that leader? Where is our leader who would step up to our country during this time when our country is on its knees, when our country is completely collapsed and on its knees, of dealing with and absorbing unprecedented civil unrest, unprecedented inequality? Where is that leader who's going to step up and face the country, face our people, take accountability for every single person in our country, every color, every religion, every gender, who will say, I hear you, and extend their hand, stand up, take my hand, stand up with me, get up off your feet, here we go, and we're going to do this together. I hear your voice, I feel your pain. Trust me, we're going to do this together, and I'm going to right this wrong. You know, I said something a few weeks ago, and I still stand by it, and I doubled down on it, which is, you'd be surprised. And I doubled down on it because I've lived it and I've experienced it, as millions and millions of people have. Because it's the basis of humanity. It's the basis of compassion and empathy, which is, you'd be surprised how people in pain would respond when you go to them and you say, I care about you, and I got you. You'd be surprised what would happen to a country who's on its knees, begging, in pain. You'd be surprised what would happen when you go to the country, your country, and you say, I got you, and I hear you, and we're going to get this done. Stand with me, shoulder to shoulder. Give me your time. Give me your trust. And I give you my word to my last breath. I'm going to right this wrong. This is hundreds of years of systemic racism. And it ends now. You'd be surprised what happens to that country. You know what happens? They all rise. Our country rises. You know what else happens? The world rises with us. My question of where are you? It wound up getting overwhelmingly positive responses, which was very cool, and I appreciate that. And as a matter of fact, the response was so overwhelming, I wound up becoming a top 3 choice to become president of the United States. Top 3 is not bad. Now, the odds makers had me at 2%, a whopping 2% to win, which, by the way, would make sense considering I'm not even running for president. So I appreciate it. I just want to take a moment to say I'm grateful for the few of you out there who look at me in that way. Thank you. Thank you. But I still ask the question, where are you? And I received a letter. And I received a letter that gave me my answer. I need you guys to indulge me for just a second because I want to read some paragraphs from this. You will appreciate these paragraphs. And in the end, you'll appreciate this entire letter. And you'll see where I'm going. Dear Mr. Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, thank you. My name is Lorraine Angelicos, and I am the rising senior class president with Pompano Beach High School in Pompano Beach, Florida. I'm writing on behalf of the students of Pompano Beach High School. I wanted to reach out to you now in hopes that I could persuade you to be our commencement speaker at my graduation. My graduation will be May 29th, 2020. You're probably saying 2020, yes, 2020, a guy of your caliber is booked years in advance. I wanted to possibly see if you're available and if you would consider addressing my senior class. I saw a story on you. and how you became the superstar that you are today. Thank you for calling me a superstar. You sound like my mom, Lorraine, already. Your story is incredible. Your story of how you started with having aspirations of becoming a professional football player, and a devastating injury led you on a different path, not the dream you had hoped for or aspired for, ultimately resulting in your $7 moment as a turning point in your life. Like you, I believe the same. As one door closes, another one opens. You just have to have the drive and willpower to go through that next door and give it your all. Now, as you could already see, when I got this letter, it knocked me off my feet. It set me down. Because it's not what Lorraine is saying, but it's how she's saying it. And the timing of this, the way the universe works, by the grace of God, kismet, if you will, how this letter came into my life. Some students will be making their way to college and some won't. Some will be hitting the workforce. All of us have dreams and aspirations. I think of you as an inspiration to our youth to help remind us that hard work, positivity, and perseverance will pay off no matter how hard the road might seem. You're the person our senior class needs and should have to inspire us. Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate that. But here's something that's really interesting that Lorraine said. Most commencement speakers and celebrities are sought for after you complete college. But I think the time is now in your senior year, when some students won't have that luxury to attend college. And with the help of someone like you, you can inspire them. They deserve it now, with you as their inspiration. Again, it's not what you're saying, Lorraine. It's how you're saying it, and how truthful that is, and how powerful that is. I've had the honor of speaking at my alma mater, the commencement speech, University of Miami, best school in the country, arguably. I understand. But you're absolutely right. It's the high school seniors. And how critical this time is right now. Last couple of paragraphs, this is it. Also in attendance will be our parents, who I'm sure they're very proud of you guys. Teachers, I'm sure they're proud too. Family members, who too will be inspired. Maybe they're thinking of changing their careers. Maybe in helping their community, just as you do. Everyone in the room will benefit from your speech. So these final two paragraphs I want to read you guys, because this was the thing that really, it sat me down. We are willing to fundraise to bring you to speak. Please advise on what your requirements are. Travel, food, etc. I don't know, Lorraine, my food bill is really high. I don't know if you guys can afford that. Thank you in advance for considering my invitation. I hope to receive a positive reply from you as soon as possible. Lorraine, I would have done this for free. I would have traveled the world, around the world twice and back, just to come and speak to you guys during graduation. Had you guys had a normal graduation, had we been under different circumstances, you guys had an actual graduation, I would have been there. But here's the thing, Lorraine, that sealed the deal. As part of a good faith request, I have enclosed $7 as a down payment for your services. If you have any questions, I can be reached, and she gave me her cell or her email. Sincerely, Lorraine Angelicos, Pompano Beach High School Senior Class President. There's $7 right there from Lorraine. So, Lorraine, I asked a question a few weeks ago to our nation's leadership, and I said, where are you? And now I have my answer. You're right here. Here you are. Here you are. Lorraine, you and your fellow graduates at Pompano Beach High School and across our country and around the world for that matter, you guys, you are our empathetic, compassionate leaders who are going to lead us, who are going to be the ones responsible for answering the questions that we, at this time, us adults, us responsible, compassionate adults, having a little challenging time right now answering. But you guys are going to be the ones who are going to answer all those questions, because you guys are going to be the ones, Lorraine, to make sure that our world is enjoying a normalized equality. I want to thank you, Lorraine, for this, and I want to tell you good luck to you. And I found out through the grapevine that your graduation was moved from last month to this coming Friday, so I believe the timing of this is going to be pretty good. I want to congratulate you and all your fellow high school seniors, and again, your fellow high school seniors across this country and every high school senior around the world. You guys are the ones. You guys are the ones who are going to normalize equality. We're going to build the pathway. That's my accountability. Myself and others. We're going to build that pathway. You guys are going to make sure that it happens and that it stays that way forever. Because right now we are doing things at this critical time that we are defining our country's future. I use a word, Lorraine, I use this word a lot. It's called mana. In here. It is our heart. It's our power. It comes from in here. And I want to tell you this, and all your fellow graduates, all right, always put your money where your heart is, because it's your heart and your mana will always be your North Star. So follow that. Your heart, your mana, and your instinct will always be your North Star. So follow that. Lorraine, I thank you for this. And as you, this beautiful gesture of $7, since $7 is my anchor, it's what I had when I was 23 years old. I'm going to take your $7 that you just gave me, and I'm going to invest it in your name, and I'll be in touch. I want to thank you for this, and the best of luck to you, Lorraine. Thank you for this letter. Thank you for being the leaders that we have been looking for. And in closing, just remember that. We all must become the leaders that we're looking for. Thank you again, Lorraine, and to all the graduates of 2020. Congratulations. Thank you for being our leaders. And we got this.